Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's falconpaladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's going to be ByuN and GuMiho from GSL 2025 Season 1. What is up? GSL is underway. Top right, it is ByuN, and in the bottom left, it is GuMiho. I know we are worried about the future of StarCraft 2, but man, in 2025, we have GSL 3 seasons. According to what I know, and Season 1 is already under the way here. We've got DreamHack, we've got StarCraft 2 at DreamHack, and we have the Esports World Cup in August. So, looks pretty good for 2025. We'll see what 2026 brings, but for now, we got a lot of StarCraft to watch and a lot of StarCraft to cast, man. So it is a TVT, which is a very interesting matchup in the current meta, and has been for a couple of years now. But, I don't know. I think people think of TVT as like tank lines and Vikings protecting the tank lines and just sitting back and forth, just staring at each other. But hey, nope, it's a weird early game. Sometimes there are tank lines, but then there are battle cruisers sometimes. So, we will see. Oh, and drops, right? Dropping tanks into an enemy expansion there, protected by Vikings and Marines and stuff. Really hard to dig out of your main base if that happens to you. And if it happens to you, let me know in the comments because, wow, how do you deal with it? Alright, so we've got a 2 racks opening here from our guy ByuN. Where is it? Oh, hiding the second racks here. 1 racks opening here from GuMiho. So it's going to be multi-Reapers versus a single Reaper. And as we all know, 2 is more than 1. So ByuN countering GuMiho's build here blindly. We got a factory coming up from GuMiho because, yeah, he didn't have to make another barracks. He has resources to do that. And again, 2 racks like this, you're trading something out, right? You're trading out the ability to get another factory early. Well, another factory, a new factory, a first factory early. And are we going to move out? GuMiho is moving out. I love it, man. I hate it when people make Reapers in a TVT and just keep them back home saying, what if I move out? And then an enemy Reaper moves in. Oh, no. Like this, ByuN. Well, fair enough. I guess his fears were founded. Wait a second, right here. Ah, he did delay the natural, even though these 2 Reapers were home. But I guess he didn't want to reveal them, but I think he's hunting this Reaper, and KD8 charge delaying the chase here. Splitting up the Reapers here is ByuN. And oh my gosh, it's the 3rd Reaper. Excellent information, but your Reaper is dead. GuMiho says, hurry, SCV, build the command center. You're going to be dead if you don't build it. It's super duper faster. We've got Hellions on the way. Hellions again, an excellent answer. 2 Reapers, and there it is, getting 1 shot off, 2 shots off, and oh, not a 3rd. Killing an SCV, making a starport, and hurry, go back down. Go back into the natural base here. You can delay the natural base like your base was delayed, forcing SCVs off the line. Combat shield healing stuff up, and it's a Marauder, the mortal enemy of Reapers, man. And oh, gets another one there. I don't believe it. The SCV completed the command center. ByuN's like, oh man, I should have gone down there, Falcon. You are correct. Look at this. GuMiho's command center is completed faster than ByuN's CC. Bah, so that delay hurt, man. That delay hurt ByuN so much. And these Hellions are hurting this Reaper so much. KD8 charge, again getting distance between himself and his pursuer, and into a blood splatter by that Marauder. That Marauder has 3 kills, all of them Reapers. Got a starport coming up from ByuN. We have a starport already on the way here and finished from GuMiho. We've got a medevac there. So let's see. What is it? Going to be a Hellion Marauder drop? Or maybe... Let's see if there's an armory. Maybe a Hellbat Marauder? Nope. No armory here from our guy GuMiho. But maybe it's a drop. We will see. Medevac on the way as well here from ByuN. And a siege tank. We've got Marines, siege tanks, a Cyclone to rebuff a medevac that is cheekily trying to get inside your main base. Again, Cyclones are so good at buffing and, well, rebuffing attacks coming into your main base and flying right towards the Cyclone. All right, so landing on the low ground here with these Marauders. This is a weird engagement here. Weird trade. Well, GuMiho says, Anakin, you have the high ground. Wait, no. Obi-Wan has the high ground? Anyway, stims coming on from our guy. Well, both players getting stim, in case you're wondering, reactoring up the starport and then throwing a Rax onto another reactor. This Rax is on this reactor from that factory, trading out add-ons. It's such a cool thing to do. If you're not doing it as a Terran player, you should get on this action. It makes you feel so cool to lift up a building, land it down, and then be like, bam, already reactored up. What you gonna do about that? Cause very cool. I mean, we had it in Brood War, right? You could lift a building that had a tech lab on it and land another building on it and have a tech lab, but there was no concept of building add-ons that would work with multiple buildings. As we try to come in here with a marine drop, but nah, enough to deal with that, says GuMiho. Reactors can work on factories, starports, and barracks, which is so neat. Really love that. Tech labs can work on factories and barracks and starports as well. So they kind of looked at what they could do in this Brood War, and they're like, there are add-ons, but, you know, only barracks. I mean, only barracks can use barracks. Only control towers can use starports, right? Only factories can use tech labs. And they were like, what if we open that up a little bit in StarCraft 2? And they did. Very neat stuff. There's rumors that Blizzard is, well, Blizzard, Activision, Microsoft is going to go ahead and allow the StarCraft IP to be developed by a mobile game developer. So, you know, all those jokes we made for all those years that, hey, StarCraft 3 is going to be a mobile game. It's coming true, folks. If you didn't believe it now, is what I think is most important here at this stage. Good golly, it totally sucks. Oh, well, we've got what we've got. Command center on the way from ByuN, 3rd CC. GuMiho, this building is on site, feeling pretty comfortable about that. Both players working on combat shield and +1 attack for their infantry. So after the early aggression, the early droppy drop stuff, we're just kind of getting into Marines, getting into combat shield, getting into stim. An infantry armor upgrade gets started here from ByuN as well. I love the Marine coming in. And it's going to get a delay on this command center. Yes, it's a delay. It's a tiny delay. The SCV came off for about 2 seconds, went right back on. So teeny tiny delay. Marines, that is a bigger, holy crap. Yeah, ByuN, get on out of there, guy. You are outnumbered heavily here. It's 57 to 54 army supply in favor of ByuN, but it's tanks, right? A lot of it is tanks back here. He's worried about getting dropped, and he's got tanks defensively, which makes a lot of sense. And there's a tank here, too, from GuMiho, in all fairness. He's not eschewing the tanks. He's got one at his natural base. He's got one in his main. That's your vocabulary word of the day from Falcon is eschewing. That's a good one. It's a good vocabulary word. Armory on the way from ByuN for upgrades or for Hellbats? Probably for upgrades. Another Rax on the way here from GuMiho. And everything is pretty good. You're at 8 minutes. Neither player is being too aggressive about things. Are we getting upgrades? Yeah, we're getting upgrades. So there's nobody planning on like a just 2 base all in. If I win with this, great. If I don't, whatever. Although this could be like a 1-1 2 base all in style thing from ByuN. Late game TBT can get pretty annoying. Ooh, Vikings just sniped off of something. They catch a medevac out there? They did. We gotta back that up. We gotta see that. Where is it? It's coming in. It's coming in. Oh my gosh. And it just gets... that hurt. That hurt ByuN a lot. I think GuMiho's ahead. After that, and after the delay, and after the micro delay, This is looking pretty good from GuMiho, the Towel Terran. He is playing better than ByuN these days. And also, if you want to watch Falcon cast live StarCraft 2 with players like ByuN and GuMiho and Rogue and Cure and Dark and Stats and Trap and all sorts of good players in Classic, check it out. I cast with Laughing Games for Africa as part of the Soup, right? These days it's called Soup, the Soup StarCraft Global League that we do every couple of weeks on Saturday nights usually. So it's late if you're on the East Coast because it's for Korea time. But I'll put a link in the description if you want to come check it out. Come say hi. I read the chat. I'll say hi to my subs. Some of you guys make it out there. I appreciate it. Somicron's out there from time to time as well. And we do have one coming up. Or actually, we just did one last night. So, follow me out on X. We put information out there. I'll put community posts up too when things are happening as well. Nice. Good Liberator setup. Good division. Getting rid of that tank on the high ground. Cyclone going to get a Liberator after it gets 1, 2 shots off. 2 SCVs die. Not a huge deal. Counterattacking down this way. ByuN does have an advantage, but there's a bunker and a tank back there too. So that's not great. Liberator sets up in missile turret range and dies, accomplishing nothing. Yeah, everyone's trying to do about 4 things at once right now and kind of failing at some of the things, which is the nature of multitasking, is you're going to fail some things sometimes. So 4th base on the way from ByuN. Is GuMiho is working on a +2. Both players are working on their 2-2. So everyone's trying to get into macro style here, but GuMiho production tab says no command center. Ah, now it says command center. Just when I was looking at it, starting in the bottom right. Vikings controlling the skies here from GuMiho. Really big deal. Look at this. He's like, where do I drop? Natural base. Kind of, and then charging up, and then, oh, there's like 4 tanks over there. That's not great. This defense by ByuN is kind of elegant. He's got the high ground. He's got the low ground. He's got multiple tanks. He's got a single tank. He's dealing with the medevacs. He's dealing with the Marines. He's dealing with Liberators with things like turrets, and he's not even actively having to do that because the Liberators are dumb. This is good. This is a good game. Gotta love it, man. Fighting for your GSL life in these qualifiers. Kind of drop on. Okay, it kills one of the tanks. Medevac very almost dead over here. Look at that guy. 4 hit points on her. But, dude, 4th base from GuMiho coming in. ByuN doesn't feel like he can expand. This medevac being the one leading in here for scouting purposes. I mean, it's probably going to die anyway, so I guess that's the rationale behind it, but it kind of hurts. But yeah, this high ground siege tank's got 1 kill. Neat. ByuN knocking down his own rocks. He doesn't want enemy tanks to sit back behind these rocks and get a good angle to attack this 3rd base. But this, yeah, this pressure from GuMiho, it's really keeping ByuN from getting a 4th. I don't... Look at 73 to 67 workers. Army value is bigger from GuMiho here too. ByuN comes in to pick off reinforcements. Big hits here, friendos. I love that. Yeah, gets a tank, gets another tank. And kind of winning this battle here. He's got 2-2 against 2-1. I guess that was enough to make a pretty big difference against enemy infantry. Wow, that was great. 86 to 79 army supply still in favor of GuMiho. Marines want a medevac so bad. He unloads a couple of the Marines to save the medevac. Where's their siege tank on the stairs? I think, yeah, the tank on the stairs can hit it, but it needs the vision if it's going to pull that out. There it is. If you scan, it can hit the orbital, but whatever. Not a big deal. GuMiho's going for it, though, but hey, flanking here. 1 tank, 2 tank, 3 tank down. This attack into the 3rd base. 4th base from ByuN is coming up at the 12 o'clock. Where did that come from? Must have built it just in the last couple of seconds here. ByuN counterattacking. Yeah, look at that 4th base. He didn't pull it from his main or anything, did he? No, he didn't. Strangely not the 3rd base of GuMiho's in a lot of trouble. There's a factory down here, too. For some reason, it's dead. The orbital's going to die. Too much damage up from Marines to save it. Orbital down. Orbital lifting for the 3rd base of ByuN at the same time. Both players losing their 3rds. 4th base is trying to do what they can here. Marines, they want to keep the Vikings away, but they don't want to run into these siege tanks. They did not want to do that. Oh, this little counterattack. SCVs dying at an alarming rate. We don't have Game Heart interface on in this game. How do they not do that? 15 SCVs have died from ByuN, 8 have died from GuMiho, but 2 bases for GuMiho have died. This is non-stop. This is aggressive. This is murderous. SCV's trying to find safety somewhere. There is none. 23 SCVs have died from GuMiho. 56 to 65 workers in favor of ByuN. His 3rd base lands. GuMiho's lost his 3rd and his 4th base. He's trying to get a new 3rd base here, lifting up from the main to be a 3rd base now. That's the desperate situation and position in which he finds himself now. +3/+3 from ByuN coming in. +3 attack is done from GuMiho, but only +2 attack. He's working on his +3 infantry now. Look at this. 2 groups from ByuN. Gonna get a bit of a sandwich here. GuMiho slips the trap. Good positioning. Good recognizing what's happening here. 125 to 99 army supply. I thought GuMiho was well ahead for the first, I don't know, 10 to 12 minutes of this game. But then the counterattack by ByuN was absolutely brutal. He brutalized the southern part of the map here. I love the unsupported Marine versus a very supported Marine. He looks at him, he's like, man, I wish I had a medevac healing me. That'd be so great. And ByuN's Marine just like flips him the bird and shoots him in the face. Like, that's right, my commander cares about me, loser. Vikings on the way 2 at a time here from ByuN. Viking count is currently 6-2 in favor of GuMiho. Anyone have any upgrades for those? +1 vehicle weapons for GuMiho. So no upgrades for the air. Here we go. The medevac's getting sniped out by these Vikings. What did we just talk about? What did we just talk about here? We talked about the power of the Viking in TVT, and if you have numbers and if you have upgrades, you can win a lot of games. The skies belong to someone. Might as well be you. 3 Vikings at a time on the way from ByuN. Liberators being added in because GuMiho thinks he owns the skies. If you own the skies, you can set up Liberators on the enemy siege tanks and at least force them to move, if not just straight up kill them. If you don't own the skies, your Liberator comes in there and the enemy Vikings kill it. ByuN, small counterattack. Thinking about going into the 3rd base. Natural base, relatively defended, high ground, bunker, tank. He's like, this is fine. I'm on 4 bases. GuMiho's on 3 bases. Income tab. We don't have the income tab because there's no game heart. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, that sucks. Let's just say that ByuN's income is better. He's expanding top left to a 5th, and GuMiho just doesn't know what to do. This contain is getting pretty dicey. Missile turret, sensor towers, tanks at the front lines. ByuN's got a group over here and up here. He's going to go for a triple pincer push here, I think, fairly soon. He's like, oh, the entire army's over this way. Okay, but if we high ground them, we can hold them down, and then maybe these guys can jump in. I feel like those guys could jump in. ByuN's very worried about this massive, scary attack from GuMiho, though. Upgrade advantage. None. 3-3 for Marines across the board. There's concussive shell, but Marauders just aren't really good in this situation. These guys pull back. Defensively. How is there not a single turret at this base? Oh, wow. ByuN trying to take like a 6th base? That's a bit of an overextension. Dude, no. 1, 2. Why was there not a turret? StarCraft players that refuse to build static defense at all bother me. Like, I'm not telling you to build 100 turrets here. Build a turret. Just 1. Make it a little hard for the Liberator. Don't have a base with no anti-air at it whatsoever. So it's a lot of lost mining time, but only 2 SCVs died. GuMiho's back in his own familiar position, threatening this 3rd base, while GuMiho tries to take a 4th base down south. GuMiho charges in. I don't know. He's got enough stuff. Army value's about 10 higher for GuMiho. Once again, forcing a liftoff on that 3rd base. Siege tank count is heavily favoring, well, 8-7. Where are ByuN's siege tanks? Some of them just came out of factories, in fairness. That tank is dead. This tank on the high ground is continuing to put in work, man. Got 16 kills right now. He took a Viking down. What a scrappy TVT this one is. High ground tank is dead. GuMiho decides finally to engage with it. ByuN says, I'm on 4 bases. You're barely on 4 bases. I think we're okay here. That vehicle weapons upgrade from GuMiho is helping, I guess. Okay, but look at this. Viking count suddenly is 13-1 in favor of ByuN. How did he get the Viking advantage here so heavily? I understand he's been working on Viking production, but GuMiho's Viking count went down to 1. Been a little bit sloppy with him, I have to imagine. Yeah, sniping out medevacs here too. This is a fantastic DVT. I don't cast these very much, but my goodness, when I do, they are usually pretty non-stop, pretty back and forth. There's been a couple times the army's just kind of sieged up, but they're always poking and prodding and hitting and counterattacking, and Liberators could be a big deal here from ByuN right now. He's making them. It's like, maybe, okay, I've got air. Can I just Liberator away these tanks? That would be nice. I think he's going to try it. ByuN, 133 to 125, army supply. Heading down south. There's a medevac drop from GuMiho coming up the left side, though. Can you save the planetary? Orbital dead, but guess what? GuMiho's third base is equally dead, and the SCVs are going to die, which is a big deal, because ByuN's not losing his SCVs in a situation where he loses his third base. Drop in, get in SCVs. Planetary does not have high-sec auto-tracking. Cannot protect these guys. Not from these Marines. ByuN's attack does get cleaned up on the other side, but dude, it is 28 workers, 28 SCVs for GuMiho right now. Was there like a Liberator here or something? Probably. 36 SCVs have died from ByuN, but 51 from GuMiho. GuMiho on the counterattack. Where are the Liberators? Here they are. Here are the Liberators from ByuN. It's like if you try to deal with them, you're in a lot of trouble. Who's going to work on air weapons? Nobody's going to bother with air weapons today, I guess. It's fairly common to get an attack upgrade or 2 or 3 for your Vikings so you can win battles against enemy Viking fleets, for example. All right, GuMiho, I don't know, man. You're down 14 total workers. You're down to 1 mining base. He does get in here and kill a bunch of SCVs again. Another high ground siege tank gets targeted and massacred. But again, the Sky Terran position. There are no Vikings at all for GuMiho. None. He's given up control of the skies entirely. Yeah, tank down, Marines down, and we come in here, we snipe down the medevacs, and I like that ByuN doesn't have any of his own medevacs. Oh, this tank has got 15 kills. Oh, and he goes down. Landing the Vikings. That's a good thing about Vikings is if they control the skies so well, there's nothing to shoot in the skies anymore. You land them and try to get something done that way. What a great TVT. I think ByuN's got it. I think he's been ahead for a minute now. GuMiho hasn't done enough to scramble back into this thing, having 25 SCVs. Okay, one base of 25 SCVs is oversaturated. He doesn't have the money to make a new CC. He's trying to charge in here, but no, the Liberators. Plus the Vikings, the medevacs are just getting one volley down by these Vikings. Repair on the orbital to keep it alive. Ooh, the hug of life is enough to save it, at least for now, but ByuN has enough money to do it, and that's it. ByuN gets it. GuMiho's like, I gotta kill this base or I'm out, and he couldn't kill the base, so he was out. Wow, that is what we're talking about. That is an absolutely, truly fantastic showing. Truly fantastic showing of that guy. On Ultralove here. Did I mention we're on Ultralove? I don't know if I even said that today. But wow. Yeah, this little counterattack of ByuN's, right? He was able to expand here, kind of temporarily give up the third base by floating it and running it, but then crushing these 2 bases, including all the SCVs, really put GuMiho in a hole that he wasn't able to get out of. He had to skip making Vikings in order to have an equivalent number of Marines on the ground and just hope he'd be able to get in here and kill this base. This drop over here was kind of nice, but eventually it got wiped out. Actually, I am curious about what happened to those guys, because there were guys back here, if you remember. And then they picked up and ran away. Oh, okay. So he just denied mining at that planetary for a couple of minutes. And then he pulled them home. The camera can't keep up with... There you go. +2. Then he leaves. Wait, he does not leave them here the rest of the game. No, okay. He's like, hold on a second. I have these guys. Look at... Okay, so he did... Wow, I was worried for a minute. He's like, my final attack, I didn't have enough. He has like an entire medevac and a half of Marines that could have totally turned the tide here. But yeah, the Liberator. It's only 1 Marine dead at a time, but that adds up. Yeah. That's it. Blah, 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 blah. GG's, man. Resources lost at the end of the game. We got 29,000 for ByuN and a full 32,000 from GuMiho. In a mirror matchup, having an advantage at all is going to be good. And it was definitely good enough here for ByuN. 45 SCVs died on the red Terran side, but 57 on the blue Terran side, including 3 orbitals. Only 1 command center died from ByuN. That really just unwarranted 6th base that he tried to take when GuMiho was on 3. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Both players lost about 18 siege tanks, about 250 to 300 marines, 10 Vikings to 17 Vikings there. So ByuN did put more of an investment into Vikings today, just overall, than GuMiho did as a total number. 14 medevacs died for GuMiho and 9 for our guy ByuN, and ByuN comes out on top. Impressive against the Talataran. Again, who's playing well? Who's playing well now? So, I mean, that's really good, man. Impressive from ByuN. Let's see what he can do here in GSL 1 for 2025. All right, that's going to be it for me today, though. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.